Okay, so if you got a chance to read our last blog article or watch our last YouTube video, we discussed the importance of making sure that you are found accurately online. This is going to include the obvious Google, but also different places, specifically listings online. So let's pretend that you've done that. You've come to the next step, right? You want not only for people that look for you. So I'm going to use Dr. Lisa Peters as an example. So you do a search for your business. So we're going to put in Lisa Peters, MD, and great. There you are at the top of the list. And your Google business profile is showing up over here. Good news. If you're not showing up in one of these two spots when someone searches for your actual name of the business, contact me. We can give you a complimentary analysis as to figuring out why. So let's go to the next step, right? So you want to be found not just when someone is looking for you, right? You've already plugged that hole and you're keeping an eye on all these different directories that have your name, your address, your phone number, all that good stuff. Now you want to find out how can you show up in that really crucial Google Maps section. So normally when you do a search, you can scroll down and you see a little map section, right? It'll show a couple different businesses. So we'll do a little restaurants, Chicago. We'll just do restaurants, Chicago. Okay, so here it is right at the top. We've got 3 restaurants showing up at the top. We've got the Berghoff, the Gage, and the Village. And then below that, we've got a whole bunch of other websites listed. But this is very, very prominent real estate in a search. So you want to show up in something like this when someone searches for your products or services in a list, not just looking for you specifically. You should already be getting that. So where's the best place to look for that information? Well, let's start with Google. Google, we're at this article here, how to improve your local ranking on Google. Now, I'm not going to go through all of this. I want to focus on one key area that is kind of a parlay from the last conversation about making sure that you are listed accurately online. This is kind of part 2. How Google determines ranking. 1 is relevance. So this is going to be talking about your Google business profile, making sure that you have one, making sure that it's accurate. That is crucial. That's step 1. Step 2 is distance. Now, you can't really do much about this, especially if you are a service area business. If you're e-commerce or you cover a wide range, it's a little bit more difficult. It's not an obstacle you can't overcome, but we'll just say for the intentions of this video, this blog article, we'll just say you can't change that, right? What we're going to focus on is prominence. So what does Google say? Prominence refers to how well known a business is. Some things are more prominent. I'm not going to read everything here, but just landmarks, for example. Prominence is also based on info Google has about a business from across the web, like links, articles, and directories. Google review count and review score factor into that. So what we're going to focus on here briefly is reviews and the directories. Like I said, this is like part 2 of the last article, the last video. So you went and made sure that your information is there. It's found on all those different directories. Again, if you need help, go to Moz, go to SEMrush, go to Hebrew.com. There's a whole bunch of places. You can even Google free business listings scanner and you should find some options. Well, let me take a step back. Reviews. If you don't have any reviews or if you have a very limited number, always ask for reviews. I tell everyone, if you're in business long enough, you're going to get a bad review. I don't trust a business that has 5,000 5-star reviews. Eventually, you're going to get a bad review. Don't hold back on asking for reviews because you're concerned. Of course, I wouldn't ask someone who's angry and swearing at you if they'd leave a Google review. They'll probably go to Yelp anyways. But make sure you make this part of your daily routine with your clients. If you don't have an opportunity or if you've got your staff, make sure you ask the staff to do it. Beyond that, you can always, if you have a list of clients, you can send a blast email out, give them an easy link, reach out to me if you want some suggestions on it. Happy to give you some guidance there. But back to the directories here. So you want to make sure that you don't have competitors listed or the wrong phone numbers. What I want you to do is make sure that they all look identical. Now, the place to start is either taking your USPS, your postal service address. Okay, so if you don't have a Google business page, take your mailing address, create the Google business page, and then from there, you want to copy it verbatim across all those directories. Why is that? Because Google is telling us right here how important it is. Okay, they have a lot of trust in these online directories. And if their algorithm shows the exact same information on 50 different directories, well, now they have trust in you, just like they do in those directories. So what does that look like? So when you do a search here, there you are. Now you want to find, can I be found, say, for plastic surgeon near me, right? You've got all these different options, but here we are. Dr. Peters is ranked #1, and this is showing the whole Chicago area. Imagine if your business is ranked #1 for your specialty, your services near me. This goes a long way. Now, in full disclosure, Dr. Peters and her staff, their business has been clients with us for some time. But when they first came to us, they weren't looking the way they do now. Right? I believe they had 10 or 11 reviews, and they had a lot of directories that were missing. So you can see here what we do, and this isn't a paid ad for us, but we make sure all of this information is syncing to all these different directories. Now, when they first came to us, you can see their listing score was down here. It was 391, and now it's up to 990. What you want to make sure is not only is it listed accurately, but you're getting those reviews. That's going to help a lot when you're trying to become the prominent search #1 spot when someone is searching in your local area. And just don't forget, don't use your phone. You're probably logged into the same email address that you created your Google business page. Google's going to show you those results. Go incognito if you can't find a friend or a family member or coworker or someone that doesn't like you nearby. Go incognito and do some searches and ask someone else what they would search to find your type of business. Hopefully that was helpful. Getting those directories, getting those reviews, and a future search will dig a little bit more into some of these other components that are important in getting found in a search. Have a good one.